Their learning objectives, children from 0 to 4 should be taught about early childhood masturbation.
Do you think it's right to promote LGBT in the classroom?
I just don't see the point. Why we don't send our children to school to learn about LGBT. We send them to school to learn about maths, science and English.
Maybe what we should be doing is working with the parents to get them to understand why this is important.
What happens if you fundamentally disagree with something your kids are being taught at school? It's a question that some of the parents of pupils at this Birmingham school have been confronted with.
Mummy Lula hugged her and now they're sick on both of them. Mummy Nini got some tissues and wiped them both.
Andrew Moffat is an award-winning deputy head teacher. Here he is with the Queen. He's been shortlisted for the World's Best Teacher Award for developing a diversity programme. The No Outsiders programme involves talking about relationships and highlighting the LGBT community. In other words, telling children, some much younger than 11, that it's okay to be gay. It's something that's angered some of the parents whose kids are at the school.
It's not for the appropriate for the reception kids.
It's about promoting homosexuality. They should learn about it at an older age, not right now, because they can easily get influenced.
They teach kids to stay with boys, and that's not a good thing.
It's opposite to our religion. We don't like it.
The Equality Act obviously clearly says you can't discriminate against religion and whatnot, and that's what they're doing. It's 99% Muslim. It's not about being Muslim. The Jewish community, the other communities, the Christian communities, they all have issues around the way things are being done.
Concern, no outsiders. We said all parents are on board with it, but the reality is no parents are on board with it.
How old's your child?
10.
And they're coming home and what they're saying to you?
They're confused about homosexuality. They're coming. We have nothing against Mr. Moffat. We're as British as they come. You know, we respect the British values and everything. But the problem is he's not respecting our ethos as a community, as you know, as one. They say we work with the parents, we listen to the parents, but this is not what they're doing.
Do you think it's right to promote LGBT in the classroom?
I just don't see the point. Why we don't send our children to school to learn about LGBT. We send them to school to learn about maths, science and English.
Some 400 parents have signed a petition calling on the school to stop the No Outsiders programme. And earlier this week, the row between school and parents escalated to this.
We are not sure whether they fully understood the implications of this programme. So, be very clear, parents, that these are your rights under the Equality Act.
This area of Birmingham is predominantly Muslim and being gay is forbidden in Islam. The school's reading programme uses books about LGBT issues. This one is a story about a family with 2 mums. Another, a fairy tale about a prince falling in love with another prince. The parents may not like it, but the government's own watchdog has classified this school outstanding. That's the top mark a school can get. And much of the praise is for the way the children here are taught about the UK's equality laws, which could be why the school says it will not bow to parents' pressure. Deputy Head Andrew Moffat, who's openly gay himself, had to resign from a previous job after a similar row with Christian parents at his former school. Despite the controversy, the teacher says his diversity programme is not going away.
We have to ensure we safeguard and protect them from all possible forms of harm, including homophobic or transgender bullying. We have no plans to change their curriculum, and No Outsiders remains an integral part of the drive for excellence.
In light of this, some parents have chosen to remove their kids from the school and opted to pay for private tuition. This is a row about a small school, but it's exposed a big clash between a religious community and the diversity that's part and parcel of modern-day Britain.
A school in Birmingham has defended its decision to teach children as young as 4 about homosexuality as part of its sex and relationship lessons, despite an outcry from concerned parents. RT's Issa Ali has this report.
We should have the right to be able to say, look, with certain areas of teaching, that we have rights as parents to be able to say we don't want our children to be learning these subjects at these ages.
Parkfield Primary School here in Birmingham is at the centre of a row between parents and the school's leaders around sex and relationship education classes, which the parents say are inappropriate. The school, most of whose attendees are Muslim, has implemented the No Outsiders programme for the last 4 years, with children as young as 4 learning about topics relating to the Equalities Act.
They are very much focused on only two characteristics of the Equality Act, which will be in our gender reassignment and sexual orientation. Now, these are, yes, they are very, we do need to teach our children about them, but not at these ages in this detail that they are going through the resources that they're using in the school.
The parents have gathered 400 signatures on a petition calling for the programme to be withdrawn in its entirety. Dr. Kate Godfrey is a child psychologist who believes there are concerns about some of the content being taught to children so young.
Some of the content coming in, my concern is it is going to sexualise our children and actually make them increasingly vulnerable. And their learning objectives, children from 0 to 4 should be taught about early childhood masturbation. I think we have to argue, should it be the job of the parent or the school to talk to their children about these issues? And parents have no right. And this is often being taught in science lessons, so you can't refuse or take your child out.
However, supporters of the policy say that these fears are overblown.
No primary school in England teaches young people about sex. No primary school promotes homosexuality. The teaching is all about love and relationships. And that does include same-sex relationships, but it is about love. And I would have thought that parents would be very pleased and happy for their young kids to be taught about love and relationships, the importance of commitment and loyalty.
But despite protestations that the policy is aimed at teaching tolerance, a presentation by Parkfield's head teacher Hazel Pulley actually links the No Outsiders programme to prevent and seeks to combat alleged radicalisation. We contacted Parkfield for comment about both the protests of the parents and whether they could confirm if the programme was actually an anti-radicalisation measure. They replied saying,
"Central to everything we do is our duty to safeguard all children. As part of our safeguarding duty, we have to ensure we safeguard and protect them from all possible forms of harm, including homophobic or transgender bullying. No Outsiders allows us to raise awareness of these differences so that children are able to tolerate and accept differences in our society."
The school also conceded that they view No Outsiders as vital to community cohesion and therefore as an anti-radicalisation tool.
Maybe what we should be doing is working with the parents to get them to understand why this is important. From the age of 15, children whose parents have made a decision that they should be withdrawn from relationships and sex education can reverse that. So there is some recognition now that kids have the right to determine some of their own future. I think it's too late. The more resources we can show parents who have reservations about this, that it's not actually, I think one of the things people worry about is that we're going to tell their kids, it's wonderful, go out and try being a homosexual tonight. And that's not the case.
Parkfield School confirmed to us that it's having conversations with concerned parents and has no plans to remove the No Outsiders scheme from its curriculum. But it also says that these meetings have been curtailed, having become aggressive and personal. Some parents have even pulled their children out of the school until the issue is resolved. And with both sides standing firm, the issue looks set to rumble on. Isa Ali Arti in Birmingham.